Good morning, class. As the assignment said, today will be a shooting day for Paperwad Math. Thought I would give you a quick review so you remembered. It has been a couple weeks. So remember, you will be asked to write the date, which today is 3/23. And then the distance, as the assignment sheet said, it'll be 6 feet. And there will be no obstacles today, so I'm not going to worry about putting obstacles in. You will be taking 25 shots today. As the instructions said, just try to find a bucket that's about the right size. Also, try to find a height that's about the right height for you to use. As a quick reminder, as you shoot, let's say that as you shoot and you're figuring out the percentages, let's say that in your shooting, you shoot and make 17. 17 would go here. And your fraction. Your fraction is simply taking the number made, which is the numerator, which would be 17, and putting it over the denominator, which is the number of shots that you have taken, to make 17 of 25. There are two different ways that you can work on the decimal. The first way is doing, if you remember the method of division, and it works every single time, you just take the number of shots that you have taken and you divide it into the number of shots that you have made. So it would be 17 divided by 25. And then you would do the division that way. I'm not going to do that for you because I think you can handle that. The second one would be to take the 17/25 and figure out, is there any way to make the denominator into a denominator that I can use to find percent? Remember, percent, as we have discussed a number of times, means literally out of, and cent means hundred. So we are looking to try to find hundredths. And as I look at my number, 17/25, I think, ooh, there we go. We can take the denominator, multiply it by 4, and that gives us hundredths. We would take the numerator, multiply it by 4, which would give us, so in this case, my fraction would be 17/25, which is equal to 68 hundredths, which 68 hundredths, as we know, equals the same as 68 hundredths. These two are said the same way. They mean the same amount. They are just written in different ways. Finally, when we are thinking of the percent, we can think of it a couple ways. This is 68 out of 100, which means 68%. Or it is the moving the decimal 2 places over to give us the 68%. You will need to remember how to do that for for your shooting today. Your 3 out of 23 shooting, 3/23 shooting today. Thank you, and I think that should cover it. If you have any questions, please shoot me or Mrs. Mast an email. Good luck. The second part of the assignment today is finding a running total of the amount that we have done since beginning Paperwad Math on March 9th. On this one, you will simply take this next line down, and it will be a total line. So this is the total so far. There'll be no distances, there'll be no obstacles, because, as I mentioned, this will be the total that we've made so far. Where you will be doing your work is down here under the shots and the shots made. What this simply means is, thus far in the process, how many of you shot, how many of you made, what is the fraction, decimal, and percent from that? So in our case here, with the numbers that we have had 25, 25, 20, and 20. We add those together, and when we add those together, we have taken 90 shots so far. Now we have to figure out how many that we have made. When we look to see that we have made, we need to add 15 and 15, 18, 10, and 17. That number gives us, 5 and 8, 13, add 7 more is 20. Carry my 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are 60 out of 90. At this point, you follow the exact same process, except instead of using these individual numbers to go across as you have done in the past, you will use the aggregate numbers of all 4 trials that you have done so far. So in this case here, our fraction would be 60 of 90, and then you would figure the decimal and percent from 60 out of 90. The process is the same, the numbers are just a little bit bigger, and the numbers are achieved by adding our numbers shot and adding the number that we have made. If you have any questions, as I said earlier, feel free to contact us and we will help you out. Thank you, and we'll see you online.